Democrats have slammed Ken Buck, the Tea Party Republican candidate for Senate in Colorado, for failing to prosecute an alleged rape as district attorney in a largely rural Weld County 5 years ago. Ken Buck's claim that the victim who had invited the alleged rapist to her room might have been suffering from buyer's remorse has sparked national controversy. In an editorial defending Buck, the conservative Colorado Springs Gazette wrote that the stories about the rape case were an attempt to smear Buck, da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so that's from Mother Jones. Check that out. Ken Buck is a Colorado representative in the 4th District, and he's running against Robert Lewis. But this is about Adam Frisch. Here's Adam Frisch.
Spent some time out in New York City, went for a weekend, and 10 years later, finally got out of there. And been here since 2003. And Katie and I are raising our kids, Felix and Quintessa. They're in 2nd and 4th grade up at Aspen Elementary School. And Katie works full-time as well. She's in upstate New York a week a month. So we have a hectic household at home, but just we're blessed to be living in Aspen like everyone else.
Okay, fascinating stuff there. Fascinating stuff. Adam Frisch, Aspen politician, Aspen local, all-around good guy. So I think he ran for mayor of Aspen or some shit. So I don't know if he knew Hunter Thompson or not. Now I'm reading through his ballotpedia. He answered all these questions. I'm not inspired by. He's going to call himself a moderate. He doesn't have many progressive planks. Like, hey, goddamn Adam Frisch, where the hell are you when it comes to Puerto Rico and D.C.? We're going to make them the 51st and the 52nd states or what? What about canceling student debt? What about ranked choice voting? What are you going to do about all this goddamn poverty? You going to pass universal basic income? You got that big dick energy to pass some land reform? You're going to repeal the Patriot Act, pass Employee Free Choice Act? You're going to help us unionize? Or you're going to pardon Snowden? You're going to pardon Mumia and Assange and Winter and Leonard Peltier? Are you going to pass Glass-Steagall? Are you going to get them Tubmans into circulation? You're going to get us some police reform or some jail reform? How about some immigration reform? You're going to get us some internet for all? You're going to redact the JFK files? You're going to get us a dollar version of the Bitcoin? If America went to the Bitcoin, that would save the dollar. That would save the dollar. Get the dollar version of a Bitcoin. 90% of all of our damn money's digitized anyways. When he says he's a moderate, does Adam Frisch, is he talking about not giving a goddamn flying fuck about homelessness? When it comes about being a moderate, does he want to pass an economic Bill of Rights? That's FDR. Bill of Rights, economic Bill of Rights. What about the genocide in Yemen? What about the occupation in Palestine? Are we going to end that shit?
You've done some other projects in the community. What were some of those other?
Well, so I've been on council since 2011, and I ran in 2009 as well. And I've been working on a couple of things. I started kind of getting involved in the municipal community service, working on the financial advisory board for the county, trying to help make recommendations to the board of county commissioners on kind of budgetary and financial issues. And then I've been involved.
Okay, fascinating stuff there, Adam Frisch. Fascinating stuff. So when I was reading his, ballotpedia, all these things that he says, okay, tell us about yourself. He's got 3 paragraphs about, who he is. Okay, Mr. High and Mighty. And then it says, give us 3 key messages of your campaign. And he's like, okay, Adam's the only Democrat that could build a strong coalition. Adam's experienced and moderate. He's focused on the rural needs. And Lauren Boebert is vulnerable, weak, and she's going to lose. You said nothing. You said a bunch of fucking nothing. You know what Sandoval said? She said she's a working class Chicana. 3 key messages. Okay, number 1, I'm a working class Chicana. Number 2, we're going to get us some health care, some education. We're going to jobs. And then here's his, what areas of public policy are you personally passionate about? Adam's top economic priority is getting inflation under control. It's too hard for the average Coloradan to afford a simple, comfortable lifestyle for the family. He's an experienced businessman. He's worked at the local and international level. He's got a 30-plus year track record of working with his community to solve problems in affordable housing and infrastructure. And he's saying we need a representative that will prioritize working for the families of Colorado over their Twitter followers. The only good thing about his, bio or his little answers, Adam Frisch is going to say, if you're not a current representative, are there certain committees you'd like to be a part of? He said something about going straight to the Problem Solvers Caucus. There's a bipartisan group that brought the country the infrastructure bill, and that's the Problem Solvers Caucus. So I think that's good for, Sol Sandoval. Pay attention. Sol Sandoval, when you get elected, you should probably go to the Problem Solvers Caucus. That's who passed the damn infrastructure bill. And, don't listen to any of them. Actually, you're the new one. You're the brand new one. So you're the shiny new diamond on the hill. You can bring them to wherever you're at. So, yeah, you could go to the Problem Solvers Caucus, but if they're not hearing you and they're not accepting you, then you might just have to. But that's interesting, okay? So, okay, Adam Frisch is paying attention to some shit. Now, okay, not very strong, he's calling himself a moderate, which I'm already nervous about. You're not going to have very many progressive planks with a person who's already called himself a centrist or a moderate. Why are you a Democrat? Because you're more lefty than right? There's so many fucking conservative Democrats, it's ridiculous. Be a Republican. The Republicans are where the heart of the conservatives are supposed to be, and then the Democrats is where the heart of the liberals are. I don't know. Maybe we get rid of the damn Republicans and just argue amongst ourselves. Is that the idea? Okay, so Adam Frisch, he received his undergraduate degree in economics from CU Boulder in 1990. He was a leader in the student government. He moved to the Western Slope in 2002. Socially responsible, investing in products, financial markets. He's a senior executive in the commercial banking industry. So Glass-Steagall, is Mr. Commercial Banking going to... He don't want Glass-Steagall to separate commercial banking from residential. He spent extensive time overseas, conducted business in more than 55 countries on 6 continents. Okay, Mr. Big fucking time here. He spent summers in Minnesota's Iron Range. He worked on his great-grandfather's grain elevator, farming and ranching supply store. Sounds like you've had an interesting, great fucking life, asshole. You're going to make sure everybody else has opportunities to do all this. He spent time in the Roaring Fork Valley engaged in community service. He spent 8 years on the Aspen City Council. Adam was the vice chair and elected representative on the board of trustees for CORE Community Office. Twitter... He actually had an event. He went to Pagosa Springs, and there was like 50 people. I don't know if there's 50 people at Pagosa, but he went to an event, and 50 people was at the event. And he's also been to Pagosa Springs, and he went to Walsenburg and Pueblo. So Adam Frisch is out and about. Adam Frisch is, shaking hands, and he's getting, he's politicking. He's doing some politicking. So if you're Sol Sandoval or if you're Alex Walker, pay attention to Adam Frisch. He's going to take some votes. And the best way to, if I'm Sol Sandoval or Alex Walker, the way I neutralize Adam Frisch is I just take the 2 or 3 biggest ideas that he comes, up with. So the Problem Solvers Caucus, yeah, definitely. I will definitely go to the Problem Solvers Caucus. Now what the fuck? Why would you vote for this guy? The other people are going to go to the Problem Solvers Caucus. You don't need Adam Frisch to have that insight. Community Office for Resource Efficiency, a nonprofit group, promotes renewable energy efficiency, green building in Western Colorado. Adam's also a member of the Colorado Association of Ski Towns. He chaired the Financial Advisory Board for Pitkin County in 2006. Graduate Roaring Fork Leadership. Volunteered part-time substitute teacher during COVID-19. All that fucking incredible shit. And then he ends off with, and then I also volunteered to be a part-time substitute. And I guess I hate teachers. And substitutes were worse because they felt like they had to be you know, more fucking tyrannical than a teacher. My white supremacist grandmother used to be a substitute, so it's interesting how public education will... Oh, you're part of the Klan? Come right on in, white woman. Oh, you're a child-beating piece of crap that should never... Okay, come on in. But Doug Aulick was one of my favorite teachers of all time. Mr. Heim and Doug Aulick. Doug Aulick was a bastard. He might have been a bastard. But he was just fun and interesting. He wrote... he was just interesting. He was like talking to us. He was leveling with us. He was actually talking to us like we were people, like we were, you know, like we mattered. Instead of just saying, I'm the boss, shut the hell up, do as you're told. So, yeah, let's see. Let's listen to some more Adam Frisch. I don't know if he'll get exciting or not, but let's hear him. I'm not impressed at all.
Frontiers group. It's about 6 or 7 of us, and we meet every other week, and we spend a lot of time working on strategic issues facing the affordable housing community and the housing stock. And so it's been great, and I really enjoy just all aspects of being here in Aspen. I moved here again 11 years ago. I had high expectations, and they've been vastly exceeded, and it's been great.
Well, thanks so much for everything you've done.
Of course, no, it's great.
Projects you work on. And this is kind of a hotly contested council race, don't you think?
Well, there's 7 of us running, and as I say, I'm not running against anyone. I'm just running alongside 6 other people, and I love everyone's vote. And if they want to vote for someone else, you can vote for up to 2 people. You don't have to. But I'd be honored to serve with anyone up there. I'd served with Mick for 2 years, my first 2 years.
7 candidates, so then this asshole better be in favor of ranked choice voting. You got 7 fucking candidates. You better have... If you don't have ranked choice voting, he's been on the city council of Aspen. You motherfucking snobby ass skiing motherfuckers, right? Oh yeah, the wine tastes better in Aspen. Everybody's so much... No, I've seen Dumb and Dumber. I know how you assholes are in Aspen. Y'all fucking farting, lighting your farts on fire and shit. Y'all think you're so much better than everybody. And that's where Hunter S. Thompson is, you know? How the fuck can you be... How can you live that close to the essence of Hunter S. Thompson? And basically, instead of having like a top 10 progressive, you know, list for sheriff, it's the opposite. You want a boring-ass campaign that doesn't inspire anybody to do jack shit? Basically, Lauren Boebert is probably her own worst enemy. There's no reason that 50 people would show up to Adam Frisch's campaign event unless, you know, fucking, it's like, fuck, we got to stop this piece of shit Boebert. All right, Adam Frisch, what the hell do you stand for? We got Sol Sandoval and Alex Walker. We don't need Adam Frisch.